Welcome to the Polishing Profits podcast, where we discuss all things related to the business of detailing. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is for you. In each episode, we'll cover topics ranging from business management to marketing solutions. Here to help you grow your detailing business, your hosts, Nick and Dustin.
Chris, we're muted.
Oh, no. What's
there
up?
we go. What's going on, Dustin?
Oh, just another day.
So, Dustin,
another
we're a
location.
little late today. 13 minutes late. What's going on over there? Where are you at?
I'm in Thomasville. We have opened up our store, and I'll see if I can give you a little sneak peek through the
You sure you want to move
one-way glass.
even with your connectivity issues?
And we're open for business. There's some people walking through. Customers are coming in. It's not 100%. We're probably like 98% ready. So grand opening is September 21st. So just little touch-up stuff to do. So I'm in the office. I'm in Rachel's office now. But yeah, internet woes. I mean, we're out in the country, so rain's happening today, and therefore internet's slow. So I'm winging it.
I haven't been able to sleep all week because the show we had with Mike. I never asked you guys, where are you guys at the 75 part? Is that over? Is that?
Oh, no. We're 56 or 57 days in.
You guys are just in that grueling middle stage there.
We're so in the middle stage. We're so in the middle stage. It's rough.
I just haven't seen the post. I didn't know if it just, was like a sneakily, like just dipped out of that guy there.
Oh no, I post every day into our Ready Set Goal group. Anybody that wants to follow that can go to Ready Set Goal on Facebook. It's a group that I run, and there's a lot of great people there, pushing each other, motivating each other. I post there every day. I go live about once a week in there. But yeah, we're down probably about 10 to 15, maybe 15 pounds.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Lost it here some. Yeah.
I think you just shaved the beard. Yeah.
That too. Yeah, still got the fat cheeks, but it's part of the look, man. It's part of
the Dustin Jackson.
It's part of the Dustin Jackson.
Yeah. What do we got this Friday? What are you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling all things sales. You mentioned marketing solutions in your intro there, and marketing and sales. When we think about going into our off season over the next 4 to 5 months, how do we fill the void? How do we fill the gap? And I think you're working heavy dose on the marketing side of things, where you're like ads and CRM built in and stuff like that. And we kind of have that. I don't want to say dialed in, but we've focused heavy on that in the first part of the year. Now we're working on the second piece of that, which is the sales side of things. So I took a look at our open estimates and how many estimates we're leaving open. And I'm like, we don't have a marketing problem. We have a sales problem. And we need to close a heavier percent of that. So that's what we are working on right now. And we can dig a little bit deeper into that. Nick, what are you working on?
Yeah, so I was going to let's hit on that real quick, and then we can see what else pops up for the week.
Sure.
So I know we got a lot of people that listen that use Detail Bookie. Right. And then we got a lot of people that use their own form of a CRM. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
We both use Go High Level right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. Yes.
So right now, our main goal is sort of trying to put those opportunities, and that's a tab inside of Go High Level where they submit a form.
Yes.
Or we create the opportunity from an estimate, and then putting them into a flow where they're going to get a text message after 24 hours, and then they're going to be scheduled for a call after a day. What do you sort of see? What are those adjustments? Because we're new to it. We're in the testing phase, right? You've been doing it for a minute.
We're deep.
What are
We're
some
deep.
of those things?
I mean, we've been using it for a while. We've been using CRMs for a while. Go High Level for a few years. It's really functional. It's working great for us there. We even have a white label version that we're building up right now to make available to detailers. It's already ready. It's already available. If you go to Detail Bookie CRM, you could You can check that out. And it has our pipelines and stuff like that built in. Here's the thing though. What we're looking for, and when you say opportunity, it's just that. So when a lead comes in and gets an estimate, we create an opportunity, and that is that customer and their job. And then from that, we rank. So we have our first pipeline is from 0 to 10 days. The lifespan, we rate it by days, like we measure it by days of that customer. 0 to 10 days is our hot spot. Like that's our area of focus right now. It's very personal communication. There are some automated text, but really it's phone calls, it's understanding objection, it's understanding pain points, it's creating task and follow-up. So it's extremely personal to that customer. Once we pass the 10-day mark, we kind of pass it off to the CRM, and we have a deeper 11 through, 60-day campaign where it will drip text, just nudging, maybe mentioning that, drop some helpful hints, that kind of stuff over to the customer.
Again, the value of that, right? Because the sales created from that aren't paid, that are just, right? You have the software and you're just doing those drip campaigns where after that 10-day, they get dropped into a different, funnel, and they're just going to be with everybody else saying, hey, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all these little things from EasyN, just keeping EasyN brand at the front, in the forefront. So instead of having to type in detailers near me, EasyN or Splash, they're like, oh yeah, I just got a message from them last week saying happy birthday or Merry Christmas or whatever it is, and they're just going to call. I think that's one thing those detailers are. They're using Detail Bookie. They're calling now. Again, those estimates, those anonymous estimates, or if they're making them put their information in, they're going to call or they're getting a text, and then that's like the end.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's just it blows my mind that opportunity is not being grasped there.
Oh, absolutely. And most detailers will give an estimate, and that's it. It dies on the tree. If they book, they book. If they don't, they don't. And the detailer goes back to work polishing the car. The detailer goes back to the next phone call, whatever. But that lead never gets chased all the way to the end. The buy or die mentality is exactly what we have. We want to get to a yes or a no. And we prefer yes, but we want to get to a yes or no, because here's the reality. Someone didn't go to my website, didn't click detail or get price, didn't put in their information, didn't pick a package, didn't get a price without needing a damn detail. They needed it. They had a problem. They were trying to solve it. They chose me to solve the problem. Now something stopped them along the way. That's the objection. We want to uncover. We want to know. The objection. Why are they not booking right now? So our heavy focus right now is objection handling. Check with the wife, check with the husband. Price is too high. Not in, don't have the vehicle in my possession right now. Maybe it's at the shop. Maybe the boat's in storage. Whatever. These are objections, right? These are things that cause people from being able to make a decision right now. And what we want to do is identify that objection. Can we solve that for them? If the price is too high, that is usually not the problem. It's we haven't shown the value of our service good enough to warrant the price that we are charging. So our job is to go ahead.
I was going to say, just because right on that note, because that the last part of that we have been working on is then after you create that value is set the right expectation. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we're doing the exact same thing because then they see the value and then you want to undersell it, over deliver. Yes.
So a part of my daily detail meetings, which by the way, I've taken over since we had a manager leave, I've taken over our daily meetings again. I told our team out there in the shop, I said, let me tell you something. Our sales team is guaranteeing the best. We are guaranteeing the best, and we are setting the bar high. It is their job to deliver. It is their job to make sure that each job that comes through that shop is perfect because we are selling them on that one. We say we're the best around, we're the best detail shop in the world, then our shop better back it up. But I've given the power to our sales team to say that, and then I've given the power to our shop to be that. And that's how that's handling one objection, which is a very common when your price, because we are higher than our competition, the other detailers in our area. However, that doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
the price, if we want to serve the customer that values quality, that says, I don't care what it costs, I want it perfect, and I want to understand, I want to make sure that it's right every time, or that you are going to make sure it's right.
The other part of that is, so again, you've got the customer on the other side that's going to be a pain in the butt and isn't going to see the value, and you don't want that customer anyway, right? And then
right.
because of the title of today of Squeezing the Sponge, the customer that does appreciate that, well, guess what? Maybe you get them in for just a regular interior, but you're going to now be able to put them in that drip campaign of saying, hey, did you know about ceramic coating? Did you know about what PPF can do? Maybe they get a new car every few years, whatever it is. And now they did it because of a milk spill. They did it, you were there for an emergency. But because they're already in that family, that system of automation, now you're going to be able to let them know. And sometimes it's like getting lucky. You know what I mean? You're going to hit them with a text right when they were thinking about it. And the next thing you know, they call you right after.
It's called prime for purchase. Are they prime? Are they ready to make a decision? And are they ready to spend money? You got to get them primed for purchase. So I want to talk about something real quick. Yeah. I want to talk about two things, actually: terminology, and then I want to talk about the communication through those 10 days. Terminology, we want to talk about, so pain points and objections. Pain points is the spilt milk. Pain point is the bought a used vehicle but wanted new. Pain point is, all right, this is a realm that we're in right now, is preserving assets, because in the economy that we are experiencing right now, everybody wants to hold on to what they have. They still want it to look new. Everybody wants to, everybody still wants nice stuff. They just don't want to go buy new stuff. So we need to preserve the old. So the pain point is the issue that's causing them to reach out. Establishing the pain point so you can speak to that will help you show value. Objection is the reason they're not making a decision right now. And so when you identify those two things, then you can execute a plan for each individual estimate to go after it as if it's a specific situation and not just a lump of numbers. The problem, and I'm as guilty as most, is that most of us want to put in a campaign, send them a text every couple of days that says, is your car, are you riding dirty? Book it out. We'd love to clean your car.
I think I got that text from Easy.
You did get that text from me. So what I'm saying is, and that's not going to work. Okay. No. That worked when people had more money than they had sense, and that everything was on the up and people were spending money like it was growing off of trees. That worked fine. Okay. People caught on. They don't want to spend money right now. Now it's back to one-on-one. So you use these systems to not just send them text. I think you can, a small dose of that, but now it's personal, and you better speak to their situation. You identify that with that customer, you notate it as an objection and their pain points inside the CRM. And then you call them and you speak to them as if they were sitting in the room with you.
And then if they don't answer, then you're going to send a text, hey, just missed you. You know what I mean? And then it's going to move to the next day. And what ends up happening is think of how many leads and things that come in, and you've got jobs that day and people are juggling and you could be mobile. And you're like, holy smokes, I can't keep track of all this. Well, now it's all there. It really has changed our business without a doubt.
Well, I'm going to put it in perspective for you. Say we do $1.2 million this year in details, kind of what we're projecting to do. And say we close at a 50% rate. That means there's another $1.2 million at an average of $350 to $500 a detail worth of open estimates.
Yeah.
All right. That's how much work there is to do. So not only are you, once you're closing that you work on, you have that many more estimates to run through a 10-day campaign and then into a longer campaign. It is work, and you cannot do it without a system in place. Let's just call it what it is. You can't do it. It's impossible. If you were to start writing them on a sheet of paper and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by the time, and then every day you're piling more and more on in a different stage, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I got really bad handwriting, Justin. So
oh my God. My handwriting's awful. I hate to write. I don't even want to sign my name.
So again, with detailed booking. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. No, I was just going to say, having that conversation and identifying those two things is going to make that conversation quality, and you don't feel like you're selling. Okay. You feel like you're making it's personal and it's a connection. And Rob, Gabby, and I, our sales team and I go over this every morning. We go over specifics about each detail, identifying those things.
Yeah. Now, paid leads versus free leads, right? They go to your website, they go through Detail Bookie, they make an estimate or they submit a form, right? That's free. They're just going, they're already a customer that thought of you. And it just, right, there was some pain point, there was something that didn't get them over the hump, but they still reached out and they just needed a little bit of help getting across the way. Versus a paid lead that just needs a detail, right? But they don't know who EasyN is, but you're the first one that popped up. Do you treat them differently, Dustin?
Yeah, the conversation's a little different. We got to get them, we got to get them more accustomed to us as a brand. So some of that initial is branding. We don't buy leads. We do pay for leads, essentially pay for ads. Those people come in through form or look, I think Christy Giovanni's watching form.
Fill out. Give Chris the pat on the back. He knows. Get those forms out.
No, I think it's stupid. I figured he was watching. There's Chris. All right. So listen, in my opinion, form fill out's the kiss of death for detailers. I know that he disagrees with me and he has a great argument. And it's stupid. If I'm solving my problem, if I'm on the internet with spilt milk in the back of my car and you tell me to fill out a freaking form, I'm telling you to get lost. I'm calling somebody that will talk to me, or I'm booking online and coming up with a price. I do not care.
What if I give you a middle ground? What about a chat, a live chat that they can do on the website?
Okay. I'm terrible. So me as the customer, and by the way, I don't, and this is all really kind of lighthearted. I do know that there's form, like the form works for a lot of detailers.
You say form fill out, and Chris just kind of appears. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how he does it. The guy hears form fill out, and he just knows.
Here's why. Here's the problem. Is the customer's trying to solve their problem, and if you don't respond fast, okay. If you don't respond fast, that customer has looked to solve their problem elsewhere. Okay. Yeah. They're going to someone that they can get their problem solved via online booking, via phone call, via chat, where they can communicate. Make damn sure don't put a chat bot on there either. But it's just communicate with your customers, make it personal. The businesses that are personal,
they want to communicate, or are you forcing them to communicate a certain way?
That's a great question. We try to force them. We try to force them through text or phone call because we want to control the situation. Listen, if I had, think about this with all the companies that we own. If we had Facebook Messenger, Twilio, or whatever, Snapchat, any way that these customers could communicate to me, I could never control the conversation, and I know I would miss something. We just missed one the other day.
If there was something where it would all get lumped into one spot, like a CRM, where all communication goes to one spot, and right, that would be.
We have that.
Okay. So
we have that in place, but we do try to push the conversation to a phone call. Yeah.
Okay. No, and I again, you're going to create the most conversions with a phone call, right? I agree with you. But I think there's so many people that just they just communicate differently. Like some people are at work and for some reason they're like, "Hey, I can't take a call, but just shoot me a text." I literally booked a detail yesterday of like, "Hey, and I have pre-made templates, right? Because they're the same questions. They're the same questions.
Yeah.
Pre-made templates. Great, Sally. This is what a mini detail costs. This is what it does. Let me know if I can help you book." Great. Next Thursday at 12. Could we do it? Done. Booked. Everybody got all their information. Thanks a lot.
By the way, Detail Bookie has that option where you can add that to your booking site. It's already built in. It does. There's a cost associated with it because it's an added feature. Not from us. We use another software to provide that. And so that chat is available, AI and all. So so we have that option. So and I love that. We had chat on easyanddetail.com. I wasn't a fan of it. I'm just like, I want these people to call. I want to make the personal connection. Here's what I'm saying. All right. And this is what I think is going to happen. Here's what I think is going to happen. Companies like Home Depot. Here's what I think is going to happen. People, the businesses such as Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Staples, anybody that's using self-checkout, that's minimizing staffing, that is not building relationships in their business will fail in the next 10 years. Everybody, here's why. Building the relationship, anybody can sell hats and t-shirts and details. Anybody.
Anybody.
The relationship's where it matters. And so when you disconnect, when you come out of that relationship, you cannot keep your customer. They are subject to leave. They're going to go here. They're going to go there. There is nothing special about you. I can buy a 2x4 from anybody on the block. I'm going to go to Ace Hardware because there's 5 people in there that's going to help me.
Yeah.
I'm going to Ace Hardware. I'm going to pay $1 more for that 2x4 because if I have a problem,
It's more than $1 at
they're
Ace
going to
Hardware.
help me. Yeah. Whatever. I'm going to pay $100 more for a detail because EasyN's going to help me.
Absolutely.
And they're going to answer the phone and they're going to answer text. And so, I think that we've got to understand how to bring things back personal. I think you can use software as tools. I am a fan. I'm in the business to sell software and automation. Yeah. There's a gap that we have to bridge with the connection and with automation, right? Software can only do so much. You put them on a form, you make somebody wait for 2 days because they have milk spilt in the back of their car, and then you call them. Do you think you're getting that job?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Now, let me throw this out at you. That connection part, I agree with you 100%. But that I would say even better than in the phone part is in person. So if you have the right process in place, right, where they do have that milk spill, we're not waiting 2 days. That's there at the, we got a person just sitting there, right?
Yeah.
That's right away. And then you make that personal connection in person. So you have the efficiency of the software, the automation of making sure you're able to keep bringing them back in. And then inside, you've got your sales process, right? To go to this title, what is it? Squeezing the sponge, right? You're hitting them on every level of that process so that you can grow, you can scale.
We use the tool of software to keep it organized. We use the people to make it personal, right? Our people use a tool to make things seem like to our customer, it's one-on-one. That Rob woke up today and just knew that milk's probably swollen in your back seat and you ain't called me in 2 days and bro, we got a problem. That Rob's problem is big. I'm sorry. Rob's problem is as big as your problem, right? And he owns that. And he says, hey, look, Miss Sally, I know you got that spilt milk and you ain't gonna answer my phone call in 48 hours and that's swollen in the back.
I thought Sally needed a mini detail. Did you just take my customer?
Got Sally. I got you.
Started. You see, you already called her while I was trying to text her there. She's at work.
Right.
You're on the chat talk to you about the milk.
Dude, I drove to Sally's work. We're getting this.
You drove.
You went. Story.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Look, I got to tell you this funny story. When we built when we built Detail Bookie, the software for EasyN, it was only for EasyN. We allowed people to shop anonymously. We would not make them sign in before they saw the pricing, right? But one thing they did, if they were shopping for a mobile detail, they had to put in their address first. That's all they had to put in was their address and no name. So they would put in their address. That would give them a distance from our shop to them, which created the remote surcharge. And then they would pick their package. They'd put in their vessel. They'd put in their thing, but they still didn't have to put name, number, email. Okay, so in our back end, we would see an anonymous estimate with an address with a 24-foot sea hunt with that selected ceramic coating, and that was wanted all this work, and it was a $4,000 job, and it's anonymous estimate. And I would go in our meetings. I'd tell my dad, I'd say, Dad, I need you to go by this address. I need you to see if they got a boat in the yard. If they got a boat in the yard, I want you to stop and ask them if they're interested in a detail. Because, dude, we didn't have any way to communicate to those customers, but we sure as hell was going by that house.
That's awesome. That is an awesome story. Yeah, because again, it's a little old school, but you just go and knock on that door, say, hey, look, this is the service you're going to get. We're going to come right to you and look at your boat and give you a recommendation.
Think about that.
That's crazy. Yeah, I love that.
There's value, man, and I don't think anybody showed me that more than my dad. I am the kind of person that would put things in an automation and say, set it and forget it. Right. I want to scale. I want to grow. I want to think about someone driving around from address to address and how is that scalable? Like if you put it in a 2024 business box, you say, well, it's not scalable. You can't do it. You shouldn't even be focused on it. If you just put it in reality.
A great point. The driving think of it. Customers are not driving from detail shop to detail shop to detail shop getting a quote. They did. No. That's how it used to be, right? Oh, let me go check what they charge down the street. Thanks for the quote. No, now it's online. And they sent that same form fill out, same email to 6 different places.
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to be who gets there first and who's able to connect with them the best after they do their form fill out. But if you don't have that on your website and you're forcing them to call you, They're like, I don't want to talk to Dustin today. I haven't had my coffee. You're not giving them that chance, Dustin.
You're talking to a guy that just bought a magazine when print's dying. I believe, and Brooke probably watching this, she messed up and she validated this opinion that I had, that things were going to translate, things were going to trend back into an old school marketing. And she validated. I told her, I said, I had this idea, and I think people are going to start moving back towards print, billboard, phone, like personal, right? And she calls me one day. She said, I really want to tell you this. She said the rich people are investing back into print because they think that people are over connected and they're trying to disconnect, and that's the way it is. And now I'm like, no, now I'm flag on the moon kind of shit. Like that's the way we're going. We're going all print.
We'll record this clip. We'll check back in 10 years, and when everything's AI and there's no personal communication, we'll see if Dustin's still sending out the calls to every person.
Let me tell you who spends the money.
Who's calling
like
you?
how?
Right?
What's the?
Those are estimates calling you, Dustin.
They're not calling me. They're calling the office. But think about it. Like the people that are spending the money is your, you're probably your people that are 35 to 55, something like that. Like the people that are spending big money for detailing or is the age that still values the conversation at some level. And I think that you may have to, accommodate in that direction. Do I think there's an area I think that there's an area of which that it should happen on all fronts? Yeah. Do I think you give people options on how they want to communicate? Absolutely. And we have that readily available. Do I value the phone call? Like first thing that Rob says when I said, why didn't we close this? I would go through the estimates every day, by the way. I said, well, tell me the situation with this. Okay. Well, I called, she didn't answer. So call her back. Send her a text message. Send her an email. Drive to her house. What is it going to take? Get the job. Get the job. And that's what what
does Rob do when you say drive to the house? Because that's just a new one for me. I would love to know if other people are driving to their house. And I really don't discredit it for a big job.
Rob's crazier than I am. Rob would straight up drive to their house. Like Rob will straight up
with like a pizza.
Door. He has no. Dude, we took when we were selling Rob detail bookie for he owned Delta Bay Detailing, and we were selling him detail bookie. We carried donuts out to his detail shop. I mean, that's dude. We do we're in person, man. We want to
talk about how much I love that strategy. Because again, literally, if you had an estimate that was $4,000, the boat, like you said, and all you did was go over with some donuts. What is your cost on that? So your cost for the customer would be $20 for time, and in a donut. And say, hey, look, I saw you made that estimate. I was like, look, I got to bring you some donuts. That's we would be honored to work on that job. Did you have any questions? And I think your conversion would be like 95% because other person
it has to be.
What?
Do you know that there's a study of putting mints on the ticket? When you go to check out at a restaurant, they put 1 mint on the ticket and you tipped 6% higher. They put 2 mints on the ticket. You tip 8% higher. They put 2 mints in your hand. You tip like 20-something% higher. Do you know why? When someone gives you something, you feel obligated to give back.
Yeah.
It's innate. It's human nature. So the donut delivery it translates. Same reason that anytime I'm in our retail stores, I always have a box of giveaways. Okay.
Yeah.
Anytime we're at an event and it's hats, it's huggers, it's the kids come through. Hey, here, have a hat. Dude, make sure you have a hat. Somebody in the shop, somebody in the store looking around about to leave empty-handed. That's the best one to give.
Yeah.
Give them a hat. Give them a hugger. Give them something. They come back. They come back and they spend money.
Yeah, we should have started that. That might be a different show. I like that a lot. And trying to think of some different creative things that maybe you haven't done or what other people have done.
Dude, there's some good stuff out there. Like this is just, off the stuff that we've done over the years. I mean,
they're not bad.
Ours on the bottom say, get your ship together. Your ship. Oh man.
What a good show. I like that. I got into it a little bit there.
I did too, man.
Yeah,
Sales is fun and I hate sales.
No, I think you made me like it a
I
little bit more. I'm going to be honest.
yeah, Rob's killer, man. But if you can get it where it's black and white, you find out what their problem is and find out what their problem is and what's stopping them from booking today.
Yeah.
If they need it, if it's a reason, if it's a date, like, oh, I've got to wait till after my blah blah blah. Okay, but then you got a date. Okay, now we got a problem solved down the road. So we put a task out there to follow up at that date. If the price is too high, you haven't done your job.
Yeah.
You haven't done your job. Look, let's check out some comments. I feel like we've had some good ones today. Like Mike Carlin, don't wait to react when it's already slow. That needs to be worked. This needs to be worked on year round. Absolutely. You don't wait till you need jobs in the shop to stress on getting jobs in the shop. Like, you need to be preparing all the time. We prepared all summer. We had countless meetings, countless things to understand how we wanted to attack the slow time in our sales process. We built deeper campaigns. We did work in our ads. We started fine-tuning that stuff months ago. So that way, when we got to where we're at right now, we at least feel better about where we're at.
And sometimes once you get that foundation built, you know what I mean? When you are slow, that's when you're going to tweak. That's when you're going to make those adjustments.
Absolutely.
You have that foundation already, and you're going to see what's working, what's not, and tweak it. So it's not like you're building it from the ground up. When you're slow, you're just not going to get any results. But then you're going to be able to continue to build off of it.
It's hard to build when you're slow too, because it seems like it's such wasted time. It feels like it. It's not, but it feels like wasted time. If you're doing that while you're busy, you have data to work with, you can tweak things. But you're right. You never stop adjusting.
Yeah.
No. All right. Is that it? We only have Joel. Oh, Joel, what's up, bro?
Joel, how's it going?
Make the value affordable. Just showing value and expectations not be enough. Spot on. You got to be affordable. Like, we can't charge $7,000 for a coating on a car, right? Those days, if they happen in the past, they're over. It's got to make sense. You got to understand the market you're serving to. Maybe that 7,000 coating exists on an exotic that's a one-time scenario. But if you're chasing the middle class that's spending money on detailing, that's it. Affordable is not dropping price. It can be in payment terms. Beautiful. Exactly. Exactly.
Good,
Understand your market.
Interesting conversation too.
God, we gotta have Joel on next week. I'm gonna talk to Joel, see if we can have him. I miss Joel.
Is Joel gonna be at SEMA?
Is
he gonna just come say hi? Is he just gonna be on the gambling?
Okay, so I know the answer to this, but I'm not saying it because I don't know if it's public information. So I have no idea or not.
Okay, I didn't know anything. I just wanted to throw it out there just because I miss Joel. I just wanted to see him.
I'm not saying shit. He would kill me if I said anything either way. So, all right, Christopher Wharton. My biggest struggle is marketing. Keeping clients for us has been easy because we are personal, but getting new clients has been difficult. Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, what avenues are you using? I mean, where are you going and looking for new business? DM Sally is wearing me out.
Can you just please help her with her spilled milk? For some reason, she's calling you and not me. So it's like, I think we already texted her.
Yeah, dude, it's because we don't stop.
Trying to get a hold of you.
Look at Scott. Miss Sally is trying to get a hold of you. No shit, right? God. Back to thinking. Christopher.
Let's go back to that one question real quick.
Yeah, because there's a lot there. So, Chris, keep it clean. Yeah. So the thing is what avenues are you using to gain customers? Here's something that we're doubling down on. Again, when I talk about boots on the ground and in-face marketing, we're back in shows. We're doing car shows. We're doing boat shows. The thing that got us to where we are now that we kind of pulled back from, they're costly. I say they're costly. They're as costly as you make them. But the way we do them, they do kind of run. There's a budget that's involved. However, being there in front of people, there's effort. There's effort. There's planning. I mean, but being there in person, I mean, it's easy to say, I'll just put $100 on a Facebook ad or $100 on a Google ad. That's easy to do. It's hard to get return. The competition is stiff there in that world. Go to a damn show. Go be boots on the ground. Go knock on doors. I love the idea that Joel LaPalme has taught so much, but one of the things that he always said is go to the real estate offices. Those people are carrying people in their cars, or if they're not in the car, they're meeting the customer with the car. Their car is their showpiece. That's how they, so a clean car for a real estate agent is a big deal. And so having your cards there where you can make it help them, that's straight out of Joel LaPalme's book. And I can tell you right now, just stuff like that.
The only other thing I was going to say was, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you had a feeling.
No, I was going to say,
back. You got to let it out. Go ahead.
dealerships, and this is where you got to be really careful. Dealerships, don't take on their used work. Don't take on their guarantee of 100 cars a month, and you're going to do it for $45 a car. Now, there's a business model out there. Billy Smith runs one. Great. There's a lot of detailers that do that.
Yep.
Don't listen to that. But there is opportunity with dealerships and new sales. Okay, new sales is an opportunity because the dealership's not paying you. Maybe they're getting a commission. Maybe they're facilitating the deal, but you're not having to negotiate. You're not chasing to the bottom for dealership pricing. This is the post-sale transaction. So there's some opportunity there too.
The one thing I was going to say is the local business owners, right? Those small businesses in the area, because they're doing the same exact thing you are, Chris, of making that personal collection, keeping their clients. And when you do that, you build that trust. So if the local florist, right, has that trust of the customer and says, hey, I just spilled flowers in the back of my car, where should I go? Well, you going and making that interaction, maybe giving them a free, detail, whatever it is, it's going to make them now say, yeah, you got to go over, see Chris. He's going to take good care of you. And building that inside of your community. Detailing is so community oriented. You get some people that are driving from, 30 miles, 40 miles away, but your bread and butter are 5 to 10 miles.
Let me tell you when a customer is most likely to refer is within 48 hours of their detail. You have this, they're in this honeymoon phase of their vehicle where it's new again, it's clean again, it's doing this thing again. They understand your experience. If you aren't telling them within 48 hours to refer your business, then you are missing out. How you look for new business is you go to your existing customer base and you ask them to refer.
Every time Dustin talks, it just makes me think of a different automation. You know what I mean? Like if you have a completed job in detail booking,
absolutely.
You go and create a funnel that's going to hit them with 2 or 3 different forms of communication. Hey, refer. If you've got anyone that needs a service, you liked our service and you want to refer someone, we're going to put 10% off your next ticket. You know what I mean? Like we
use it every day. Yep.
Yeah, because you guys are just so cool over there. You guys have it down. You guys
have
it down.
It's the reality.
Yeah.
All right, Philip, have options just like a grocery store dealerships, Pepsi, Coke, Wegmans, Walmart, and if you have Toyota, Lexus, Hyundai, Genesis Smart Detailer, have a good, better, best, different quality of products. IGL coatings would be best. Absolutely, IGL coatings.
I feel like there's bias in that. I feel like there's bias in that. Joel knows
slightly, but he's right. He's right. Yeah. Good, better, best is something that we introduced a few years ago into our packaging. And I cannot tell you how much better it helped our sales, the good, better, best model. And then also in our highest ceramic coating, we include all the annuals and the quarterly maintenance wash for free. Now we charge for it on the front end.
Didn't someone bring that up? Chris, find the podcast because we did that a few years ago. That's okay. Yeah, I'm sure if that seed planted, you forgot where it came from, and then you thought it was your own. But it's all good. If it works, it works.
It's weird how that happens. Man, at the comments, what else we got? We got anything else rolling? Form fill out. Maybe works one time a year.
No, where's Chris? Where's my backup? No.
Hang on. Look, Mike Carlin, if you want to talk about somebody that hates forms, so we've got some new ads running for IGL and stuff like that, and they fill out a form. Okay. And dude, he hates it. He's like, these guys never answer, blah, blah, blah. They don't even know why they filled out this form. I'm like, yeah, call Chris DiGiovanni and tell him that.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stand with Chris. Chris, it'll be me and you on the island on the form fill outs. We're going to start doing paper.
He's got a whole, I'll use the popular term. No, I'm not even going to say it. No, he has a whole group of people that believe in his, and it works. It works. I'm totally lighthearted saying like what he has works great and it works great for a lot of people. I have a difference of opinion in the way that it works like for us, but absolutely I love Chris and what they have going. No bias. I don't own it. There's still a tiny bit of bias. He loves us.
That's his baby.
Enough to have some bias. Yeah.
That's his baby forever.
Yeah, but now that Joker is retired. He's on the golf course. He is absolutely retired.
That's awesome.
He's living it up. Man, he deserves it, dude. He built a hell of an empire, and man, we have massive shoes to fill. And every day I go like, man, I hope we're doing, serving it well. And I look up to Joel heavily. We don't talk. as much because I'm
He's
busy and he's on the
golfing.
golf course.
You can't be calling on the golf,
Yeah,
Tell him to fill out a
when
form.
we talked
Get
before,
on your
he's like,
schedule.
"Hey, I'm doing this." He's like, "I'm doing this with IGL," and I'm like, "I'm doing this with Detail Book Gary's in," and we would have like that, like these conversations about shit that was going on. Now he's like, "I can't relate, Joel. I'm not on 18, fixing to have a beer," Oh man! All right, great show.
Yeah,
Great show.
good question. Then I guess. Oh, hey Chris.
I've done yard signs, Facebook ads, Google ads. Haven't done the door-to-door thing. That's good thinking. We are mobile and stayed away from dealerships. Great. Yeah. I mean, traditional. Should you go door-to-door? I don't know. I mean, I am crazy.
If you're mobile and you know the area you want to serve,
doctor's office, maybe like hospital where you got lots of people there that are there for 12, 14 hours. You could probably hit those up and pass out cards,
Hey, Chris,
insurance.
the other thing that we do for mobile is we pick up the police and the fire departments. They build it into their budget that gets approved, so they're not going to pay wholesale pricing to go through and do these fire engines and do these ambulances. And then again with the squad cars, it's all plastic in there, so you're going to be able to get those done in 10-15 minutes.
Oh, it's
pick one day a month and we'll give it to you. You just have whatever you need done and we knock it out. So again, public service people is a really good thing because that's a budget. It's not like you're asking something out of someone's pocket. You're going to talk to someone and then you're going to, that money's just automatically there.
Yeah. And again, just doing something is probably more than what your competition is doing. Like doing a thing and do it consistently. Don't wake up today and say, today I want to spend 12 hours doing this and then I don't do it for 6 months. Like that's not the way it works. It's doing something every day that you're working towards this thing, and those small efforts over time pay off. There is so much power in consistency. This is with anything in life, by the way. I just kind of throw this out there. Like big things don't happen in one move. Consistency over time, little efforts spent consistently will make big things happen. And so making sure that you're doing things consistently, pick 30 minutes to an hour a day that you want to dedicate towards the marketing side of your business and spend that doing it, whether it's passing out business cards, whether it's develop a Facebook ad, whether it's post content, whether it's make a phone call, whatever it is that you can do to grab business, but do it consistently day in and day out and always be looking for business.
Yeah. And have the patience to see it through, because again, there's plenty of times in every business where you're like, wow, this sucks. You know what I mean? And you're just like, should I just not do this segment of the business anymore? Right.
I'm in that right now. I'm this deep in that business right now.
Yeah.
It's tough right now, man. It is tough. Getting this build out done, getting everything,
But it comes with experience.
It's all good
because it's like you say, listen, no matter what happens, you trust the process, you trust what you're doing, you know the work that's going into it, and that pays off in 2 years. You know what I mean? That pays off down the road.
It does. You guys going to MTE this year? Absolutely. IGO and Detail Bookie will be side by side as we always have been. Can't speak to whether Papa Joel will be there or not. I don't know. I hope he's at SEMA. I hope he's at Mobile Tech. God, it's a great friend and mentor, and also, but absolutely, IGL, Mike and I will be there. Detail Bookie team will be there, loud and proud as always.
How many classes are you going to do at MTE? How many clones are you taking with you?
I just had this conversation. I think we're going to at least do 4. IDA reached out; they want us to do something for them. Rupes has made contact, so.
That's a long day.
It's a long day, but dude, I tell you what, man, I absolutely love teaching classes there. I love speaking in front of the people. I love, because I get as much as they get. The questions that people ask trigger thoughts. Like, I love it. I would do a full day's worth of them if people would sit around there long enough. Oh, Joel, Papa Joel is teaching a class at MTE 2025. Fantastic. Good. Well, then we can still have our party, our industry party where Joel and I'm his hype man on stage, and I hype it up like, all right, what's up? Joel gets up there and just rips it, and then I'm like, all right, that's enough,
Oh, that's exciting. That's good.
Yeah,
That'll be
cool. All right,
fun.
man. Great show. We're over. I got to roll.
That's all good. Appreciate the comments, the
Loved
questions.
it. Love the conversation.
That's awesome.
The comments were great today. The comments were great. It makes for a better show. It does.
Can't do this alone with Dustin.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Right. Absolutely. Thanks, team. Thank you, Nick, as always. And we'll see you guys next week.